welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fantasy Football Draft Order Special 2012. It's a whole new year. I hope you guys are half as excited as I am for this thing to get going here. It's August, it's time to roll. So without further ado, we're going to figure out who's drafting in what spot, 1 through 14. But we got to give some proper due to some pretty legendary managers that are in the league. So as you can see here, we're going to do this live. This is dead empty, this bowl. This is the draft bowl. We're going to pull names out of this beautiful thing. And yeah, so we're going to do it perfectly live. There's nothing in there yet. Nobody's ready to draft yet. So we got ballots here ready to go. I hope you guys are too. Alright. First on the list that goes in the draft bowl here, we got one of my favorites. I mean, I just love this guy. I love this guy to death. We got Kevin Halloran. Kevin Halloran, and while I could talk about how he's been in the league since 2010, I could talk about, you know, some of his more notable finishes, beating some pretty, you know, big-time, long-term managers in this league. All I really want to talk about is Kev is getting married in October. This October, a couple months now, not long before he takes the plunge. We're excited. Everybody's excited. I'd like to collectively say that we wish you and Shelly Johnson, Shelly, love you too, wish you guys the absolute best. You know, got a lot of faith in this marriage to be. So to Mr. and Mrs. Halloran, love you. And Kevin, all I have to say to you, sir, is good luck to your horses. I know you're looking to build on a pretty strong year last year, so you're in. Next, you know, there's really nothing good to say about this person. It's Greg McLean. It's Kev McLean's little brother. I mean, there really isn't anything good to say. Kev just, you know, kind of weaseled his little brother into the league, and I just can't get the guy to leave. But in all seriousness, Greg, I love you. Hopefully this year, without you being away at school and involved in like 9 other leagues, hopefully you can actually come out of the cellar, you know, and be at least in the playoffs. I know that's your goal. It's kind of a do or die year for you here. So, Gregory, give it the old fold. One more for good luck. Good luck to your horses, sir. Next, I want to talk about 4-foot-tall, kiddie pool depth, Evan Sars. I mean, this kid just has brass balls like you've never, ever even seen on a person before, let alone a man who's 4 foot tall. Complete small man syndrome here. But we love him. Kind of got, you know, placed in with some of the rest of the guys junior year out of sheer luck, and again, can't seem to get rid of him. I know hopefully you're watching this while you're busy at MSG. I love you, MSG. Fuck you, Knicks. Evan, listen, you know, he started out in 2007 was his first year. So he's, you know, right in his first year, barely knew the guys, jumped in a fantasy football league with us, 2007, ended up in last place. I mean, that's about as bad as a start as you can. And a lot of people would have quit. A lot of people would have quit and took the next year off, kind of on a sabbatical, came back strong in 2009, and last year had pretty much his biggest breakthrough season. Really, there's no other way to put it. He finished runner-up, and there's a lot of people who doubted him all year. I'm definitely one of those people for sure, because I just love to hate on you. But I mean, you can't really ask for a lot more than, I guess the only thing left to do is win a championship. So Evan, give it the old fold here. I know there's high expectations, taller than you can probably reach at your 4-foot stature, but either way, good luck to your horses. Hope you get what you're looking for in the draft. Oh man, I'd love to just close this right up, but Christopher Bellino, Chris, you know, how about this? We can pitch this. Chris is one of the 7 people in this league who are inaugural members from 2005. This league has been going on since 2005. God bless its soul. It's grown strong in numbers and in intensity, especially in competitiveness as well too. So, Chris, I do have to mention that in 2009 you finished in dead last place, and you've been in 2009 and around the bottom of the barrel your entire life. This has got to be the year. Now, to your credit, Darren McFadden last year, number 1 round pick. Yeah, he took that 5th pick overall. That really didn't pan out. So, without further ado, let's fold you up. Let's hope you get, you know, maybe even a better pick and an actual better football player pick as well too. Let's see if we can get a better draft spot though. We'll throw you on in there. All right. So the first of 2 Ryans. Really excited. I know this guy is. Ryan Gendron. Ryan Gendron is pumped. He is excited. I don't know where you are in the world. You could be in DC, you could be in Tingsboro, you could be on the moon, or maybe you're on Mars. Who knows? Either way, Ryan Gendron is pumped. Inaugural season was 2010, along with Kev Hal, as well as Joe Sirocco and Brent, who have since left the league, but that's okay, for another time. Ryan didn't really adjust to the point system real well in the league his first year. It took him a little bit to figure out who was strong and who was not, what positions were, you want to make sure you're strong in. But last year, huge breakout season. Last year was last season's regular season point champion. That means he scored more points than anybody. His team looked like he was going to carry him straight to the playoffs. Came up a little short, ended up in 4th place. If we look at it though, you took Arian Foster in the first round with the 6th pick. He fell to you because of some injury concerns. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know where you're going to land this year, my man, but I know that you have some pretty high expectations. Probably looking to get back into definitely in the playoffs and maybe even into the finals this year. So good luck to your horses, Mr. Gendron. The second Ryan, Twatsi Watsi. Now, there's quite a bit of engagements going on, and especially in this draft. I mean, we even have a couple, but we'll get there next, okay? Ryan Watts, okay, just got engaged. I'm excited about this. I love him, love his girlfriend, Amanda. Can't wait, or fiance, I should say, I'm sorry. I do have to note that Watts has been in since 2009. Last season was his breakout year. Really struggled. I mean, his team name was Ocho Cinco is my place kicker at one point. I think in his first year. It really shows the kind of lack of understanding he really had. But he drafted Rob Gronkowski, and I don't even have it here because it was late in the draft. Huge pickup. Gronkowski pretty much carried him along with a little bit of Frank Gore, who he took in the 14th pick. Frank Gore ended up being a huge steal at 14. You have to think that Watts is going to come back strong, but his nickname is Twatsi Watsi. I mean, come on. How can you take this guy seriously, right? Probably going to be a huge bust again. I hope you'll see you down the bottom of the barrel, because that's probably where I will be as well. But on to the engaged couple, at least one half of it. Stephanie Krause. I'm excited, I believe Will Ferrell said that diversity is an old wooden ship. Well, it's not an old wooden ship. It just means that this is your first inaugural season. I don't know whether you'll be at the bottom of the barrel or towards the top of the leaderboard here, but I will say this, and Deemer, I hate to drop this on you via Facebook, especially in the draft order special. There's going to be a lot of people looking at this, but a lot of side bet action going on for Stephanie Krause and Jason DiMatteo. Who is going to finish higher? Now, some of you may not know, and I bet you Deemer is probably going to get mad that I'm telling you this, but last year they participated in a different league, not nearly as intense, but that's besides the point. And Stephanie beat Jason DiMatteo in the finals. She also won the Pick'em League that she organized along with Jason DiMatteo. I mean, it was a long Pick'em season too, a lot of heartbreak, especially down the line. But she ended up winning both of those. So she comes in with strong credentials to her name. Really excited to have you in. A lot of people are putting a lot of money on the side bowl for DiMatteo to win the side bowl and Stephanie Krause to probably maybe even be league champion. She knows her shit. What can I do? So Steph, hold you on in here. We'll see if we can get you started off on your inaugural season with a pretty good spot. I don't know where you want to be, but just telepath me something here. Ready? Good luck to your horses. Boy, oh boy. Last year, this person was pretty pissed about his draft spot. I'm pretty sure he missed most of, if not all of the draft, at least the beginning. Ended up drafting MJD, and I think it was just by pre-auto rankings, but he's been in since 2007. He really didn't know a lot of the guys all that well, but he jumped in head first. Hasn't had much to show. Michael Hall. I mean, this kid talks shit more than anybody, you know. I mean, he loves to talk shit, especially with a certain distinguished manager in the league. But Mike Hall last year, I can't hate too much because 2011 league champ. He is your reigning champ. And let me just say, he is already saying that the repeat is on the way. The repeat is there. The repeat's going to happen. You got to think, though, that the only person to have won 2 league champions. 2 league championships? Does anybody know that? Little trivia. See if you know it by the end of it. I know one person who definitely knows it. I'll give you a hint. Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Now we're going into the real core members here. Real core members. This is going to be big. I'm really proud to put up this. This is a pretty stellar resume to have up. Kyle Ambusk. You know, he's had some lower finishes, but he's never finished in last place. He's made the playoffs, I believe, over 75% of his seasons. 2005, the inaugural season, 3rd place finish. Had a real strong team then. Had a little bit of a hiatus, you know, he was pretty busy with his media studies, you know, to make sure his media production was spot on. He's killing it up in Vermont now. I got nothing bad to say about that, but it took him until 2009 when it ended up being the runner-up. That was a great year. Looked like he was going to be the champion, but the next year he bounced back from a runner-up, 2010 league champion, King Lapu-Lapu. He did it all the way from the Philippines, people. I mean, what more can you ask? Kyle's got pretty high expectations. Was a little late to the draft last year, ended up going wide out. Huge mistake. Everybody laughed at him. Nobody took him serious. But regardless, Kyle, definitely somebody to contend with this year. He's really excited about the season, probably going to kill it. Kyle, good luck to your horses. Alright, now definitely one of the more impressive resumes that I can tell you about is Jason DiMatteo. He's pretty much the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs, okay, of our league. Model of consistency, God bless him, but in 2006, the 2nd year of the season, 3rd place finish. Followed that up in 2007 with a runner-up. Looking like any year now, he was going to take it down. A little bit of a hiatus in 08, didn't have a strong year. 2009, 3rd place finish. Came back strong again after an off year. And in 2010, repeated again with a 3rd place finish. Model of consistency, really takes the art of fantasy football pretty seriously. I got nothing bad to say, except for the fact that you're probably going to have another year like last year. Down in the bottom 2 or bottom 3 of the league. I mean, you were pretty awful. Now, granted, you did take Jamal Charles with the 8th pick overall, looking like it was going to be a steal. Week 2, ACL done, and injuries really did hinder you from there. I'll give you that. James isn't going to give it to you, but I will give it to you. It's going to take a little more than, you know, just complaining about injuries. I think, you know, this has got to be a rebound year, just like 09 was, where you came in 3rd place. This has got to be your rebound year, and at the very least, you have to finish higher than Steph. I can't even tell you how much shit you're going to get if you don't finish higher than Steph. Mr. DiMatteo, good luck to your horses. Now, this is my sleeper. I probably should have waited second to last on this guy, but my sleeper this year, because he has been nothing but more consistent every single year he played. You know, I don't have a lot of great stats to put up. My sleeper this year is Joe Yoon. Joe Yoon, looking like last year he probably could have taken it down too. Didn't end up happening for him. But in 2008 he did finish in 3rd place. Last year was his statement year. It was his coming out party. You know, him and Mark Ingram going to have huge seasons this year. Draft Mark Ingram, kids. Last year I took him, he sucked. But Joe Yoon, bottom line, is definitely my sleeper to win. I think he's really going to come out and right out of the gates probably blow somebody, you know, upright in the jaw about his first 2 picks. I think his first 2 picks, you'll probably know whether or not he's going to be a contender or whether he's going to be at the bottom of the barrel. But my money's on Joe. Now, Dima was definitely the model of consistency. That's for sure. But Kevin McClain is not the model of consistency. Kevin McClain, I don't know if you can see these from here or not, but in 2007, he had a 3rd place finish. Huge year. You know, notably not the strongest fantasy football player. He followed that in 2008 with a last place finish. I mean, it's the exact opposite of Evan. You know, I mean, he was towards the top and he went straight to the bottom of the barrel. It wasn't looking good. But then, in 2009, oh boy, what a season 2009 was. He was the league champ, carrying all the way home with Brett Favre, coming out of retirement and just blowing everybody out of the water. Favre Dollar Footlong was the name of the team. Took it all the way from the 6th seed in the draft, or in the playoffs, excuse me, and just carried and beat Kyle. 2009. That's really the last highlight that I have to give you about Kevin McClain, because in 2010, last place finish. And in 2011, last place finish. Now, I know that Kevin is better than a last place finish. Really hoping to have him bounce back. I mean, he has proven that he can, carry a pretty good squad all the way to the championship. So, I especially wish quite a bit of luck on Kevin McClain. Good luck to your horses. Alright, there's 2 people left here. For those of you keeping track, 2 people left to put in the good old draft bowl. And one of them is obviously me. I don't just do this just for the shits of putting a suit and a tie on. I do participate. I'm not very good, but first we have to talk about James Thomaselli. Now, I could sit up here and I could tell you that he's the biggest bullshitter I know. Just biggest bullshitter. And there's a reason why Mike Hall likes to hate on him and shit talk him, because James loves to shit talk too. But we're going to focus on the fact that I have a pretty impressive resume hanging right in front of me here. In 2005, he's an inaugural member as well, people, okay? The inaugural season league champ. And, Rhode Island Iced Tea, non-stop, straight through to the championship. It was a huge year. Sean Alexander just carried his team straight through, pretty much embarrassed everybody. It was a huge year, especially to start off the league, to have such a prominent member be the winner. It was big. He followed that up in 2006 with a runner-up finish. I mean, who does that? 07, it's kind of an off year. I'm pretty sure he finished in 4th or 5th. Didn't have a great year, but then came back in 2008 and won his 2nd league championship. The only person in QU fantasy football history to win 2 titles. Count them, 1 and 2. And when I get that trophy, it's gonna give me legitimate pain to put his name twice on the trophy. 2005 and 2008. Now I will say this. He did bounce back again in 2010 as another runner-up. Now, I don't like to give James Thomaselli credit, but he has pretty much been, besides last year where he just sucked, was one of the best, and still is probably one of the best fantasy football managers this league will ever see. Let's fold him up and hopefully he gets right in like the middle of the pack and he sucks in it, because it was really nice to finish above him last year. James, good luck to your horses. Last but not least, your commissioner. Now, I'm not very good, but I've been here from the beginning, so I get a little bit of credit for that. Just fold me right up and throw me on in. And then let's get going here. Let's figure out who's going to do it. We're going to start with 14. Last year it was Watts. Last year Kevin Halloran started us off, which was huge. Pick number 1. So we'll see if Kevin goes to the bottom. Watts switch places with him. All right. With the 14th pick in the fantasy football draft, Christopher Bellino. Wow, huge. I have to say, last year Christopher Bellino went with Darren McFadden. Probably not going to see DFAD fall that far. But if he does, maybe Christopher goes for 2 in a row with Darren. See if you maybe have a healthy year. I wish you the best. Now, with the 13th pick in the fantasy football draft, Evan Sars, kiddie pool death, baby. Just coming in right at the bottom, 13th. You're going to be able to snake and get 2 picks in a row. That could be big. Let's see if Evan maybe is looking set up for another repeat. Get another little shake here. Just 1. All right. With the 12th pick in the fantasy football draft, the manager is Michael Hall, your reigning champion of 2011, coming in with the 12th pick. This is a little bit eerie because last year when Hall won the league, he had the 12th pick. Probably not going to see MJD go there again, but it could be another setup for Mike Hall to repeat. We've never had a repeat champion. This could be big. Mike Hall, good luck to you. Now, with the 11th pick in the fantasy football draft, the manager is... Oh boy! This is getting to be a little bit eerie, I promise you. I'm doing this live, but I as well had the 11th pick last year, coming in right before Mike and then back right after him on the snake. I'm excited. I got big plans for the 11th pick. That's where I wanted to be. Didn't want to be anywhere near in the middle. Who's going to be at number 10? Number 10 is tough. Number 10 is tough. Ooh, right before me, Joe Yoon. Now, Joey, I doubt you're going to see Ray Rice fall to you at 10 like you did last year, but I still have high hopes, and this still, keeps my odds up of you winning the league. I still got my money on you, bud. Let's give a little shake here. All right. With the 9th pick in the fantasy football draft, the manager is Kevin McLean, looking to get out of the bottom of the barrel here. That's number 9. Number 9 is big. Number 9 is huge. Now we're getting into the middle of the road kind of land here. Middle of the road. This is probably where nobody wants to be. But who's going to be number 8? Alright. With the 8th pick in the fantasy football draft, the manager is the inaugural season for Stephanie Krause. Pretty much smack dab in the middle. This is a tough way to start out the year, but I have faith that if anybody's going to put together a pretty good draft, especially with some good potentials for the keeper that we're adding this year, number 8 pick, I feel strong about you, Steph. I don't think anybody's going to change their bets on who's going to finish higher, you or Jason DiMatteo. With the 7th pick, oh, right before, I feel like it's only fitting. Oh, I love it. Jason DiMatteo, number 7. This is not where you wanted to be, so you better start doing some more mock drafts, you clown. Alright, so if we recap real quick. With the number 14th pick, Christopher Bellino. In at number 13 is going to be Evan Sarr. Number 12, Michael Hall. Number 11, your commissioner. Number 10 is going to be Joe Yoon. Number 9, Kevin McLean. Number 8, Stephanie Krause, and bringing in that back half is Jason DiMatteo. Now for number 6. With the 6th draft spot in the Fantasy Football League, the manager is looking for a big repeat, King Lapu Lapu, Kyle Ambusk. This is big, number 6, towards that front half. But we'll see. Shake up here. Alright, top 5 left. This is where people are probably hoping they would have fallen to if they didn't get number 12 or 13 or 14. But with the 5th pick and the fantasy football draft, the manager is Greg McLean. Listen, there's no excuses for you this year, man. Number 5, somebody good is gonna fall to you. Make the best of it. That's right. So I still see Ryan Watts. I still see Ryan Gendron, Kevin Halloran. Let's see. I think I still see James Tomaselli is still in there. So with the 4th pick in the fantasy football draft, the manager is Kevin Halloran. I don't know how you do it, but every year you are towards those top spots. Hopefully you don't take AP for one, and hopefully whoever you draft has a healthy season. I wish you the best of luck. Top 3 picks, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have Watts, Gendron, and Tomaselli. Alright. With the 3rd pick in the fantasy football draft, the manager is Ryan Watts. Twatsy, old Watsy. This is big, man. Number 3, who are you going to get? Who are you going to take? If you take Gronkowski, I'll probably kick you out of the league, so I probably wouldn't go there. 2 left. 2 left. This is going to tell everything. The manager is, for number 2, James Tomaselli. And without further ado, oh boy, I know he's jumping up and down in DC or wherever you are, but Ryan Gendron, number 1. Gentlemen, I love how I can say ladies and gentlemen because of Steph, but I'm excited. Hopefully it's going to be a good year. I think we put some good things in place in terms of league setup, and I'm excited. Hopefully the draft is going to be good. I know the war room will go crazy. Hopefully Dylan Bonner will be there to enjoy some of the fun too. Maybe even Sammy O'Mara. It's going to be good. Appreciate you guys checking in, and make sure you start your draft boards and figure out who you're going to take with your number 1 pick. Cheers.